Here with Eric Wikstrom, former Troy Trojan, now being inducted to the Troy Baseball Hall of Fame. Eric, talk about your time back at Troy a few years ago and what it was like to play for Coach Bobby Pearson at your time here.
Actually, when I came in as a freshman in 2000, 2001, Hall of Fame coach John Mayotte was a coach, and he recruited me out of Minnesota. So it was interesting coming down here to Troy, Alabama, being a freshman, and I played under him for 2 years and got a chance on opening weekend to actually start. We had a pitcher go down, and he called upon me, and I went in there and I guess made a good impression and made a good contribution. So he kind of let me play and let me pitch a little more, and played with him for 2 years and enjoyed that. And then Coach Pierce came in, and we heard great things about him, and played under him for 2 years, and he's definitely changed this whole program into an awesome program. It's always been an awesome program, but he's made the one step ahead to make this even a better program. So 4 years here, it was a blast. I loved it.
It's been 9 years since you donned the Cardinal and Black. Talk about now being to the Hall of Fame and what it means being a former Trojan, looking back on your years.
Oh, it's an amazing honor. I know when Coach Pierce called me, I was in shock. I'm humbled. Thinking back to it, you think back and 9 years have gone by, but the 4 years with the sweat and working hard out here and busting your butt, it definitely means a lot. And the former players, and just to be in a class with the Hall of Famers here and just be on this field again and have that honor is just truly amazing.
Here with former Trojan Nate Moore at the Baseball Hall of Fame ceremony on Friday night. Nate, talk about your time in the Troy uniform. It's been a few years since you've been here back at Troy, and talk about your experiences here.
It was a great time. We enjoyed every minute of it. The coaching staff was great. The staff here and the professors were great, worked with us. But the guys here were what made it, and the fans here supporting us and being here. It was a great time.
Looking back on your time, what does it mean now to be in the Baseball Hall of Fame with some pretty established former Trojans?
It's really surreal still. It hadn't set in. I thank God for my abilities that He blessed me with, but it's surreal still. It hadn't set in yet that it's really happened.
Give us kind of a background on what you're doing now, since you're out of baseball, and what you're doing.
Actually, not out of baseball. I'm coaching high school baseball at Paxton, Florida, and we're going to have a pretty good squad. So.
Here with Troy IMG radio crew member Jerry Miller on his Hall of Fame induction night. Jerry, talk about this honor. You've been around the program a long time and seen a lot of Trojans grace the field at Riddle-Pace. But what does this really mean to you?
Oh, it's a real honor. I can't tell you how honored I am. When Coach Pierce called me, I was really shocked when he called in for me about it. But every time I come through those doors out there to do a ball game, broadcast a ball game, one of the first things I do is walk over and look at the Hall of Fame and all the guys that have come through here. I can't tell you how much of an honor it is to be included in that group and to be forever linked with the Troy University baseball program. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that.
Talk about some of the guys that you've got to broadcast since your time behind the mic, and some of the guys you always remember that have been out here on Riddle-Pace Field.
Oh my gosh, there's so many of them. I guess I would start with the guys that I'm going in with. I told Coach Pierce and Coach Smart that they really did me proud to go in with this group. When I think about what Adam Godwin was able to do and what he continues to do, Nate Moore probably, if not the best closer, one of the best closers we've ever had come through here, and Eric Wikstrom. Oh my gosh, I mean, he was a guy you could give the ball to anytime, and you knew he was going to give you an opportunity to win the ball game. And there's been countless others, man. If I start naming, I'll be here all night. But it's to be able, over 20 years, you can only imagine how many tremendously good players we have seen. And a lot of guys that don't have maybe some of the numbers that will get them in the Hall of Fame, they've all been real class guys. And, it's one thing to be able to broadcast, but to be able to come out here and broadcast when you know the product's going to be good, the guys are going to give you a chance to win, you're going to likely have a chance to play postseason. I mean, that's as good as it gets. Broadcasting wouldn't be nearly as fun if those guys weren't winning, and we've had an opportunity to broadcast a lot of wins over the last 20 years.
Here with former Trojan Adam Godwin. Adam, as you look back on your time at Troy and this Hall of Fame induction ceremony tonight, kind of talk about your years at Troy. You led the nation in stolen bases, set the program mark in base hits and runs scored in a year. Just talk about your time in a Troy uniform.
Oh gosh, man, this was 2 of my best years of my life I ever spent here. Came here not knowing what to expect, and left here with so many great friends and great memories. And the things I did, that was just kind of a byproduct of the team we had. We had a very successful team. We were conference champions. A lot of all-conference players and stuff like that. I just happened to, steal a lot of bases that year. So it looks like, maybe I'm sitting here and I'm the one in the Hall of Fame, but it's really the whole team, man. We had a great team, great group of guys.
Talk about really what it means to be in the Hall of Fame. Has it set in yet, or as you kind of go into the field tonight?
You know, honestly, I don't think it has. This week as I prepared, for this moment, being still currently playing professionally, and it's kind of hard. You sit there and a lot of people have told me that, it's something that'll set in down the road when you can appreciate it. And don't get me wrong, I appreciate it, and it means a lot. It was a goal of mine when I was here playing at Troy. However, it's just one of those things. You think about it, and you don't ever, plan on being a Hall of Famer. It's something that just happens. And, I've been very blessed and fortunate to play this game and to, now be a Hall of Famer here at Troy.
Said you're still playing professional baseball. Give the Trojan fan base kind of idea what you're doing now playing professional ball.
Okay. Well, when I left here, obviously I got drafted by the Dodgers, so I spent 7 years with them, and then last couple years I've been all over. I went to New York, and this past year been out in Texas, spent a winter ball in Puerto Rico, and then now have currently signed to go down to Mexico for winter ball. So just kind of been everywhere.